Greetings, Soulswind here, and welcome to Let's Play Cooking Simulator. This is the first bonus video for preparing the cuts of a certain dish. Basically, cutting the ingredients into multiple different weight steps to prepare for various dishes. So this is the new format. The main purpose of this format is to decrease the duration and video length of each of these 5-star bonus videos, because you don't need to see how to cut onions again and again and again and again and again. And also, whenever we are cutting onions, we may get weight steps that are slightly lower and higher. Those things were discarded. Well, they could be used for other dishes. Therefore, I've decided to change the approach for my bonus videos so that we'll have dedicated ingredient preparation videos for each of these ingredients. Then, these ingredients will be preserved and used for each of the dishes' 5-star challenge serving phase. For example, let's say we need to cut lemons. So we're cutting lemons into 20 grams. For some other dishes, we're cutting them into 10 grams and maybe 15 grams. We're gonna have a video dedicated to cutting lemons. So we'll preserve the 10 grams on a plate, the 15 grams on a plate, 20 grams on a plate, and then the in-betweens on another container, like another utensil or something, a plate or bowl or something. Then, during the serving phase, we can just pick from these collections and use them. So those videos will only contain the serving phase. However, there are some ingredients that need to be drizzled with some marinade or something, seasoned, or even cooked in certain way, bake, grill, fry, whichever, before we can cut. In fact, there's some even worse, but let's talk about this one first. Be it drizzle first, then cut, or just cook, then cut, or something, then we can just try cutting them first before we divide the seasoning accordingly. But during the serving phase, I will also be preparing according to the recipe, just in case. So I'll just be trying that out a few episodes for a few dishes, but I'll prepare the ingredients for as many dishes as possible. So we're just gonna keep all these cut ingredients aside for uses in the challenge for 5 stars. And for this particular episode, we're going to be preparing potatoes. So we'll not be like, for example, some potatoes need to be cut into 15 grams after baking. Some of them need to be grilled before cutting, and some of them need to be seasoned before cutting. Regardless, we'll just be preparing them as is, without any of the seasonings, cuttings, and whatnot. I'm just worried I might have missed out certain weight steps. Please let me know, and maybe I can have an add-on or something like that. Because, there will always be DLCs coming out later, if any at all, and these will then introduce ingredients of other weight steps, so it will never be able to cover everything. So here, I have already downloaded the DLC for Food Network, so I will be preparing the cuts for the classic recipes and those of the Food Network. Unfortunately, in career mode, we will not get access to the Food Network recipes. If you can see over here, there are none of those. We'll still prepare them because the cutting methods can then be uniform on one video and will all be in that one video. So we'll use different cutting methods for different weight steps and maybe even use the slicer or something like that. But generally, that's what the plan will be. So now, let's go ahead and get some potatoes. And also, I've cleaned up a lot, and now this is version 2.2.8. We need 15 grams, 25 grams, 30 grams, and 75 grams. Okay, let's start with the bigger cuts, the halves. So the halves are slightly easier split them all up, and we just have to use the knife and cut them in half. Of course, you want to make sure that it's rotated properly. And since we're preparing all of these in advance, we will be keeping only very, very minute differences, like basically a plus minus of like 1 gram or something. Since we're preparing all of these in advance, we should have even more. And we're not separating them into different dishes. It's better if we get all these ready, and if we ever need to do any time travel, it will be beneficial. So we have the first good cut. Of course, we have all these things happening once again. We always have very gluey plates and other utensils, don't we? Anyways. Okay, no, because of, hang on, 74, 76, 74, good. That means we get another 76, so 74, 74, 76, 76, that's good enough. Now these, however, can be discarded usually, but we can then keep them now for other cuts. 70, 80, keep them for other cuts. We can take all of these halves, and then we'll go over to here. So for example, 68, 73, just, you know, before you even put these inside, I suggest cutting them in halves first and then putting them inside, because they go by length. So put them in there, a few of them, different sizes, it's okay. And then we're gonna take these as French fries. So all these things will be different because it really depends on the cuts you have before putting them into the slicer. We need 15 gram French fries, right? We got a lot of 9s, 8s, 10s, we got a few 15s and whatnot. Unfortunately, I don't see any requests for anything below 15. The shape doesn't matter, it's the size that matters, so don't worry. Wait, what? Where did that thing go? OMG, did it just like glitch through everything and just disappear? There, look. Look. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it fell through. And this got detached. Can I throw this away? Thank you. And let's go get a plate. So we're gonna get the 15 grams and whatnot. So these are the 15s and 16s, and we can now pull all of these. So you'll see that there's a lot of 15s, 16s, 14s, 15s, 14s, 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 16s. Got a few 15s as well. So next, what we want to do is that we can either continue to use this and get a lot more 15s, or you want to cut them something like that, which is like what I've previously cut, you know, all these 15 grams and whatnot, and I see a 15. Let me just pick that up, please. Good, thank you. Kind of a waste of time walking back and forth like that, but anyways. So with all these 10 grams and whatnot, we'll keep them separately. Oh, those are the 74s. These are the 10s. So potatoes will go there. Also, you can try one potato and leave it inside. If one potato cuts this way, all potatoes cut this way. Now, if you take a look at all these cuts, we've got 115 grams. Good. We've got a few 14s, 18s, and 16s. So 14s and 16s are okay. But because, you know, when you halve the potatoes, you don't want to throw them away, and you want to keep them. So yeah. Another way to cut it is if we were to bring these over, leave them here. Okay. Take this one. Then you want to cut it like that. So 78, you can cut it into a few pieces. don't even bother trying to calculate how many, just cut it like that. I think about 5 of the 15s and whatnot. So be it if we don't get the 15s. We'll be able to get 20 plus, which is what we need, like 25 or 24 and 26 is all okay. So potatoes, we need, like, say for example 30 grams, 25 grams, and 15 grams. So after cutting, we get like 25, exactly what we need. Another 25, exactly what we need. Look at that, 15 grams, exactly what we need. 13, iffy. So this will then become the discard pile because it's not near 10, it's not way below 10. So we get to save a lot of different cuts. That's the 25 grams, and we'll just keep it elsewhere, because that's 25 grams. I'm just worried that the handle has been cutting the rest at the back of the handle. Look at that. Look at that. It happened. $26 grams. 29, however, fits the 30 grams that we need. So put that away. You see that now? You see how it can be utilized in many different ways. We're open soon. Expect orders to come in. That was the last order for today. We've got no more orders. Hey. So these are all mostly 20 pluses, 30 pluses. So be it. We're just gonna pick carefully when we pick them. That's fine. So these are the 20 pluses. These are the ones that are below 15s or 15s basically. And these are the 25s. So now we don't have a lot of 25s, we don't have a lot of 30s, so we need to deal with those. And how are we going to do that? For the 25s and 30s, we can continue cutting these, but instead of cutting the way we did just now, we're gonna change the method slightly. We're going to cut it like that. You see, this is like 77, so if we cut it down the middle, we get like 30 plus, and if we get it just slightly away from the middle and then chip off the little edge, we'll get like very close to 30. Look, we need a 30, so a 31 definitely would make it. 29, and you know what? 26 goes to the 25. 31 goes here. 31 goes here. Unfortunately, the 20 goes to this this random set. So we have a bit of 30 grams or so. We have a few 25. Of course, we need 50 grams for the pork chops with potatoes, baked potatoes or something, but that one is fine. Just cut it into threes and that's it. As a gut feel, I'm just going to move this away because this is not required in any of the dishes. So this will be a spare. Like, it's not required in any of those dishes. These are the 10s, they're not also. So all these spares don't block the place where the important ingredients will go. So move them away. And these are the denominations that we want. The 30 grams, the 15 grams, and the 25 grams. So that's it. That's all for the potato cuttings. So we don't have the 50 grams because now we have already got the 5 stars for anything that requires 50 grams. And that's it. I'll meet you back here for another episode of cutting ingredients. But yes, that's it. That's for this episode. And I hope you enjoyed it. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.